Hello, everyone, and welcome back into the Encore podcast. I am your host, Michael C. Brown. And look, you guys are lucky enough just to have just me on this particular episode. And what I want to get into is we are just now finishing up the first official week of school. And so a lot goes into that, a lot of planning, a lot of preparation, a lot of effort on behalf of teachers, staff members, people in the community, parents, and also students. So it's a lot that goes into having a successful week. So I'm very, very happy that we have started off the school year on a positive and a good note. Um, it's been inspiring to see students come in, make new friends, come in with smiling faces, right? Enjoying the atmosphere of just being around people that they know and they love and that care about them, and making new connections with teachers and so forth. Seeing teachers smiling in the building, happy to be back on the job and happy to be back in front of students. So it's really been an inspiring week. Um, as we continue to move forward, I just want to put some nuggets out there. Now, whether you are someone who is a current student, right, meaning that you're in high school, or maybe you're in middle school, or maybe you're even in college, or maybe even beyond college, maybe you're in your master's, and maybe you're trying to get your doctorate. Um, there's some things that I just want to touch on this particular episode. And everybody that kind of knows me knows that I am a football junkie. I like to feel as though I'm a recovering junkie because I don't watch as much football as I used to. Um, but it used to be a problem, everybody. I'm just trying to put that out there to you right now. It was never a Saturday where I wasn't watching college football, and it started on Thursdays. You watch Thursday night football, and then you're watching football all day on Saturday, and then Sunday comes around, and you're watching the NFL, and then Monday night comes around, and you're watching Monday night football. And if they had football on Tuesday and Wednesdays, I'll be watching it then too, right? So, but I haven't watched college football in a while. There hasn't really been a reason for me to really watch it. However, one of my favorite players when I was growing up was a gentleman by the name of Deion Sanders. And Deion was on one of my favorite teams at the time. He played for the 49ers. Also played with Cowboys. No, I'm not a Cowboys fan, nor a 49ers fan now. I'm a Ravens fan, but back in the day, Baltimore didn't have a team, so you had to kind of get in where you could fit in. So I was a 49ers fan. And the thing that I loved him as a player is that, he was what you would call a shutdown corner. He's somebody that you couldn't even throw to his side of the field because he was so good. And after he got done playing, now he is the coach of the Colorado Buffaloes. And he came from HBCU, and many that may not know that, historically black college. And he came from Jackson State. And so coming from Jackson State, historically, HBCUs don't have the same level of facilities and whatnot that you have at some of your super major, we talk about Power Five schools that are at the very top that you may see playing, week in and week out on Saturdays. And so he took over Colorado, and Colorado only won one game last year. So everybody's coming in thinking that Colorado is, why did he go to that school? He shouldn't have went there. He's not going to be successful. The team's not going to do very well. He won't win there. He'll find out he's in over his head, yada, yada, yada. And he goes in the first game, which was last week. Goes in the first game. They're playing TCU. And TCU, those that don't know, was in the national championship game last year. Even though he lost to Georgia very handedly, they were pretty much undefeated the whole year. and they were ranked number 17. So nobody was really picking them to win this game. Nobody. At most, people were saying they might not get blown out, but nobody was picking them. And so they go to the game. Long story short, they win. So they win the game versus TCU with his son playing quarterback, with a lot of transfers that came over with him from Jackson State and a variety of other places. And they win. And it just made me think about, translating over to what we do each and every day. You have to understand that proving people wrong uh, isn't a negative thing. Proving people wrong is probably one of the more things when you're talking about things that drive you, right? Things that motivate you every day. Everybody needs different motivating factors. I think the things that motivate Coach Prime and Coach Sanders is, that thing of people telling you what you can't do. People telling you that, hey, man, you're not going to be good. There may be people in your life right now telling you that you're not good at math. People telling you that there's certain professions that you shouldn't even try to go into. There's probably people telling you that you're not athletic or you can't do this, you can't lift that amount of weight. There's probably always somebody in your life that's going to tell you what you can't do, right? But that doesn't mean that you have a defeatist attitude. That doesn't mean that you lean into what other people are saying about you and you now morph into that version of what people are painting for you. That's not what that means. What it means is that now you have something that can now motivate you to do more positive things in your life, which means you should be about and have that spirit of, hey, I'm going to prove people wrong. I want to prove people that I'm opposite. When I was in school, one of the things I always tried to do was prove that the narrative, the thing that people make up their mind. How many people know that people make up their minds within the first few seconds of meeting you, what you are, who you are, what you're about? They definitely judge a book by its cover. Even though you're not supposed to, it's just human nature. And so what I always tried to do was try to lean into proving people wrong on the stereotypes of me being a large African American male, right? Even now, I will still go out to dinner on occasion with my wife, my family, and it never fails. Somebody will ask me, "Hey, do you play football?" No, man, I don't play football. I mean, and these things it's a stereotype, right? And so I've always tried to buck those stereotypes and let people know that there's more to me than meets the eye. And so for all of you, my challenge is, if you have people that are in your life that are trying to paint you in a corner, trying to label you, trying to make up their own goals for you, take control of that, flip that into motivation to prove people wrong, motivation to show people that you are not what they try to, you can't be put in a box, that you are different. And for me, it's really worked in my life. And I think it can be motivating factors for all of you. But that and what Coach Prime is doing with the Colorado Buffaloes just reminded me of that, is that no matter what people try to do, you are in total control of your life and you are in total control of your own narrative. And so I hope you all continue to have a fantastic school year and start to the weeks to follow. Again, in the Encore podcast, I am here to give you more of what you all want. I have some dynamic guests that are going to be coming up soon. If you have not subscribed, please take the time to do that so you can get alerted when we have new episodes and things like that. Again, we're coming to you in audio form. We're coming to you in video form. Just trying to reach you all as much as I can and trying to give you the content as much as I can. So can't wait to see you guys again soon. And again, have a good one. And I'll see you guys again next time.